Lexington region presented by Crumbs Leasing, trailer leasing made easy. We're live in Lexington, historic Rupp Arena on a Tuesday night in July. Now that's cool. Tonight, TBT's third round tipping off. It is the regional final between the number 1 and the number 2 seed here in Lexington. La Familia, the Kentucky alumni team, taking on Heard That, the alumni team from Marshall. Well, let's look at where we are in the bracket. This is our side of the bracket, the Lexington and Louisville regions. We've got our game right now, Heard That and La Familia. We'll have that one decided. Tomorrow, we'll decide the other part of this bracket. We will have Team DRC, the 8th seed, that's a surprise, taking on the bill. That is Louisville's alumni team. That game is tomorrow. Glad you found us, folks. This is going to be a lot of fun. Alongside my partner, Matt Buellbach, who only calls good games.
That's right.
I'm Eric Collins, and, well, this is what it's all about. Matt, we've got the number 1 seed. We've got the number 2 seed. Believe it or not, the number 1 seed has actually Heard That here in Rupp Arena, but we'll get to that in a moment. We've got this Kentucky alumni team that, as you'd imagine, bursting at the seams with former NBA players.
The love is out here. The love in Rupp is out here. But this team, 6 former NBA players, really led by Eric Bledsoe. He's been incredible. The Harrison twins. But the one guy that I'm thinking of tonight is going to be Willie Cauley-Stein, because Heard That likes to shoot threes. I think La Familia will try to run him off the line. They'll try to get in the lane. What does that mean? Can Willie Cauley-Stein be the rim protector he was the other night? 7 blocks in that game.
More rejections than the Harvard Law School. Let's talk specifically about Heard That. They've got some momentum on their side. They were on the ropes just a couple of days ago. They took on War Ready, the Auburn alumni team. They were down big in the Elam ending, and they stormed back to an improbable win.
Yeah, the 14-0 run, the second biggest run ever in an Elam inning. It was incredible. Talking to Ja'Cory Williams, he said it was all about flow. They said, we got to keep our offense. We've been here before. We're very experienced. And they did that. They really understood how to attack that Elam inning. And what they did at the very end was incredible. DeAndre Kane, when he had the steal, it was the steal so far the tournament. Here it is right there. It was beautiful. He ends up with the pass as well to Tyrus McGee. From where?
Springtown.
There you go. And you call it? I think we even got a Miss Molly, Miss Golly, or what was that?
Good golly,
Miss Molly was your call. I loved it. It was sensational.
So momentum still coursing through the veins of Heard That. Will it continue here in an hostile environment? We shall see. Let's do it. We've got a regional final, a trip to the quarters on the line. Heard That taking on La Familia. We will tip it off in just a moment. Has come in mass here to Rupp Arena on a Tuesday night. They like to see their fellas win. And, well, that's going to be in doubt. We've got the number 1 seed. We've got the number 2 seed. It's going to be a good one. Before we tip it off, let's go down the sidelines and check in with Kaylee Griffin. Kaylee.
Eric, thank you. We were paying close attention to the injury report coming into tonight's game because Xavier Mumford was listed as questionable for Heard That with a left ankle sprain he sustained against War Ready just 2 games ago. He was one of their most coveted acquisitions coming into the tournament. He brings a lot of NBA, G League, and overseas experience. He's also played in the tournament with the money team before. I talked to some people around Heard That earlier today, and they said, listen, we're not sure. He's about 50-50, but I talked to Xavier Mumford just a little while ago. He said, listen, there was no way I was missing this game. My ankle's good, I'm good. I'll see you out there on the court.
Xavier Mumford, the X Factor. I love it. Good work, Kaylee. So Mumford, yeah, you look at those numbers. 13 points in round 1, only 4. He was needed. They did not have a great game, but they had a great Elam ending, and sometimes that's all you need. Starting lineups, Eric Bledsoe. Andrew Harrison gets the nod. Nate Sestina can really shoot it. Karam Cantor, he was the story in the first half on Sunday. And Willie Cauley-Stein, of course, great defender, who some opportunistic offense sometimes flows as well. For Heard That, John Elmer, Strokit, Mumford, Kane, J.P. Tokoto, and Ja'Cory Williams. Don't go to sleep on him. He plays and is influential both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he gets up and down the lefty. And he was the one that told me that for Heard That, he said, hey, we play with flow in the Elam ending, and that's the key when you get to that. I can't wait to talk more about it. We've had some sensational Elam endings. We had some last night. The Ville, that was incredible what we saw with right down the road over there at Freedom Hall. And we saw, I saw the one late last night, the Colorado alumni, Deshaun Schwartz with the late 3 was beautiful.
Tap is won by Heard That. Ball starts in the hands of John Elmore. Elmore spent a large chunk of the last 5 seasons playing in the G League. He's got Cantor in front of him. First shot of the game, wide right, rebounded by Harrison.
Well, and that's what I think we're going to see a lot tonight from Herd, that is three-point shots. They have not shot it well. You mentioned that they were 8 for 24 on Sunday. They think they can shoot it a lot better. We'll see if La Familia defends that. They're probably going to switch really high as Bledsoe throws it away, but I think they're going to come out really high on those switches, try to turn them into drivers instead of shooters.
JP Tokido quickly the other way. His shot in and out. So 2 shots on goal for Herd that before La Familia has attempted a shot. There's their first. Bledsoe can't find it. Saved nicely by DeAndre Kane. Here's Munford working on that ankle.
Stay home, get out here, Will. Get out here, Will.
Curl pass inside. Ja'Cory Williams can do some damage in there. Spits it out to Munford. 3 ball. Ankle looks okay.
Yeah, we already see how important he is to this team. And you think about the game on Sunday. He was not available, as you said, almost the entire game. That may have been one reason they squeaked out that win.
Bledsoe. Cantor calling for it. Here's his first touch. Sestina. Good ball fake. We're tied at 3. We're just getting started. A couple of minutes into our ball game. Both sides have made a 3-pointer. La Familia, Kentucky's alumni team taking on Herd that, the #1 seed, Marshall's alumni team with Matt Muehlbach, Kaylee Griffin, I'm Eric Collins, and the first lead of the game for La Familia, Eric Bledsoe, the 14-year NBA veteran with a bucket, answered by Ja'Cory Williams.
And it almost looked like Bledsoe was trying to foul Williams right there, but no call. It's a pretty physical game, TBT. Get ready, buckle up, baby.
La Familia has now scored the last 3 times down the floor. That's Cantor.
No help. He good.
Williams, a left-handed player, wants to get to that left. Missed twice from point-blank range.
Yeah, Willie Cauley-Stein affected that first shot. He had 7 blocks on Sunday and looked really good in that second round game that they had.
Andrew Harrison whips it to Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein, in case you're wondering, made 6 NBA 3-pointers.
I was actually thinking about that.
Ja'Cory Williams ties the game at 7. We've got that refreshing score. 7 up right now here in Rupp Arena. Cauley-Stein not being guarded at all by Ja'Cory Williams. Harrison hits a 3.
I don't know how many Andrew Harrison made in the NBA, but I bet it was more than Cauley-Stein. He has one of the sweetest jump shots, as does his twin brother. They can really stroke it. They still can, too. They don't maybe move like they did, a few years ago, but they really have that skill level.
Williams has had some nice shots that he normally makes inside that he hasn't made so far today. Sestina is fouled by DeAndre Kane.
There's that nice little pick and roll to Williams. Ja'Cory Williams has probably as good a motor as anybody in this arena except my partner, Eric Williams. Other than that, those are the 2 highest motors that I'm seeing right now.
Sestina will shoot a pair. Now this year's $1 million prize is once again being sent straight to the winner's bank accounts with Zelle, the official payment partner of TBT. Nate Sestina has dreams of $70,769.
Sestina's had an interesting tournament so far. Only played 1 year here at Kentucky, but really feels like this is his home. Started at Bucknell and played really well on Sunday. Shot the ball well, and he's a tough matchup because he's a good stretch 4, has size. You saw him right there on that play, post up, because, he has the size. If they put a smaller guy on him, he can go inside.
Heard that with a couple of changes. They bring in Chris Coakley, number 15. Also into the game, Nick McGlynn, number 31 with the white headband. Both guys with extensive experience here at TBT. Kane lost it, McGlynn picks it up. Oh my goodness. Elmore was dreaming big dreams from 40 feet. Bledsoe with the run out. Bledsoe's handle is tight, even in traffic. Numbers now for Hurdat. And getting thrown to the ground is DeAndre Kane. Harrison called for the foul. And 2 free throws coming for Kane.
You know, I think one thing I love about TBT, Eric, is that on the one hand, it's really physical. But on the other hand, they play up and down, too. Like, it's not, they don't slow the game down at all. They love to run. They love to shoot threes. It's just fun to play.
That's the head coach, folks. That is Ott Elmore, the hat on backwards here indoors at Rupp Arena. When he has timeouts, frequently he'll take some chalk out, and he'll start writing on the Rupp Arena floor the play that he wants to run. He's with his father. That's Gay Elmore. Basketball is the family game. They're all great shooters.
Well, his brother, John, of course, one of the great players in TBT the last so many years. He's been phenomenal, and, you know, those brothers are really close, obviously. And John said, you know, hey, being from West Virginia, you got a chip on your shoulder right when you come out. You know, right when you start playing, and you see a guy with the hat backwards, that's a guy who's got a chip on his shoulder.
Harrison got bodied up. Was he in the act of shooting? Yep, 2 free throws coming for Andrew Harrison.
Well, the 2 games we've seen here in Lexington, Harrison getting to the line early and often, actually shot 16 free throws in those 2 games. So does a great job with his body.
Head coach for La Familia is Tyler Eulis, former SEC Player of the Year back in 2016. 28 years of age. That's Rajon Rondo behind him. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Ask any questions, just turn around. Rondo knows what's going on.
Rondo, one of the highest basketball IQs out there, right?
Coach on the floor wherever he was. Heard that down 6 early. And a foul called on Sestina. We're nowhere close, but the foul limit is 5 per quarter here in TBT. Once you get to 5, then there's bonus free throws. You got Elmore, you got John Elmore, you got Gay Elmore, and all of them play college ball at a high level. Father Gay, 2-time Southern Conference Player of the Year at VMI, the Keydets. John, one of the all-time greats, is going to take a break for just a moment. Inbounds pass is stolen away. La Familia, the ball in the lead. Sestina. Oh, what a wonderful start. And this is not at all what we saw from La Familia on Sunday.
It wasn't. They came out a little slow. I was wondering how would they come out tonight. And we see Mumford now. He's going to be a big piece of this game. Wondered how La Familia would play. Obviously, the names, the big, you know, the history, the NBA players, would they come out ready to compete? And they have.
Andrew Harrison draws another foul, and we'll take a timeout. Offense has been flowing for La Familia. They've already got 17 points, and we're a little bit over halfway through our first quarter. Back in a moment. Another wedding? I'm in.
Hey, we both have 2 daughters. We better start saving up if that's what they're costing these days.
After the timeout, La Familia with the basketball. Winner of this team will play in the quarterfinal round beginning of next week on Monday. They'll take on the winner of the Ville and Team PRC. They'll play tomorrow in Louisville. Turnover after the out-of-bounds play.
Play set up there for Willie Cauley-Stein on the alley-oop. Just didn't execute it. Was right there, though.
Tyrus McGee, the hero in the Elam ending on Sunday for Herd. That is checked into the game for the first time. McGlynn runs down the loose ball and keeps it with Herd that.
Good job by Harrison on the block there to be really physical. have to be physical against some of these players.
That's Kellen Grady who's checked in for La Familia. Grady, number 31. Munford, shaded by Cauley Stein. There's nothing there. Come on. Woo! Put it right in Cauley Stein's eye. 3-ball for Munford.
And he was talking to the crowd. He may have been talking to Mark Pope that was sitting right next to us.
Sestina with a rare miss. Munford clearly has got the juices flowing. Get it to him. Long one, McGee.
It's like a team heat check.
Harrison didn't get the foul call that time. Loose on the floor. And a foul going for the loose ball is going to be called against Grady. Usually first one on the floor gets the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you love TBT getting on the floor, doesn't matter. Look at that, face gets. Gotta wonder right now how the front teeth look, but these guys play really hard. The joy of the game here, TBT brings out the joy like no other tournament in basketball right now.
McGee. It'll be a La Familia basketball. All right, let's set the line for you. Back into the game is Karam Cantor, Eric Bledsoe running the point. You've got Harrison, Grady, and Sestina. Bledsoe lost it. Look at Kane. This means something to him tonight. He is playing against Eric Bledsoe, and he is not afraid. Foul called on Nick McGlynn. That's the 4th team foul on Hurd. So the next time they commit a foul, La Familia will be in the bonus.
Yeah, you can see Kane picking up at half court. That was just lost by Bledsoe. Bledsoe has been, you know, you've heard me on these 2 games. He's been incredible with the ball. Just to watch his pace never get sped up. Either does Cantor get sped up. He has been the scoring machine for La Familia. Get him inside, and he's been unstoppable.
First field goal for Cantor. McGee, normally an outside sniper, got into the paint and scores.
Now both teams really clicking right now on offense. This is going to be fun. They both want to get up and down, and like I said, Hurd that wants to shoot threes, but with the floor spread so wide, they're going to have opportunities to get to the rim as well.
James Young is checked into the game. Former first-round pick by the Boston Celtics. James Young wears number 1. Now 28 years of age. One of the many one-and-done Kentucky Wildcats over the years. All right, that's a foul called on Hurd. That's the 5th team foul. And we'll have bonus free throws for La Familia.
Now here's that post by Cantor. Just grabs it right at the 3-point line, backs him down, doesn't really get anything till he gets to the paint. And too good inside right there. Uses the right hand even though he's left-handed. He reminds me of a guy, I mentioned Rodney Rogers. That's probably a bad comparison. There's a guy that played at Arizona named Michael Wright. It was about a 6'10 lefty, could absolutely pound inside, had a little bit of a jumper as well. He reminds me a lot of him.
I think Michael Wright played for just a little bit with the New York Knicks.
I think so, yeah, I think so.
TBT fans can shop the official gear of their favorite teams, including La Familia, at tbtstore.thetournament.com. Good merch.
Straight in, Black.
Saw the head coach for Kentucky, Mark Pope, wearing some La Familia merch. We're going to ask him about it, folks. We're expecting to talk to him.
I think he's got his number on there.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Hurd that, the number 1 seed here in the Lexington region. They've got the ball down 4. Jared West has checked in for the first time. Number 13 for Hurd that. This is Kane. And a foul on the floor, trying to keep Ja'Cory Williams off the glass. It's going to be on Bledsoe. We get the foul to Aaron Harrison. Bledsoe was in the vicinity. Final 50 seconds of our first quarter. Good pass inside. McGlynn missed the layup. Fumbled the pass, and that got him all off rhythm.
Yeah, good contest there by Cantor as well. Without Willie Cauley-Stein in the middle, Hurd that can get inside and be successful.
Cantor has Elmore on him. Didn't like it. And a foul called on McGlynn, got caught in no man's land. And 2 bonus free throws coming for Harrison. This time it will be Aaron Harrison at the line.
Now, if you haven't watched TBT, like I mentioned, very physical games. I think the officiating has been outstanding throughout this tournament, always has been. They do a really good job. Don't call it unless it's really necessary, right? And you saw right there, it looked like, was it Cantor, I think, got hit in the eye a little bit. They let that go, but then they called that one on the drive.
No, you ain't wrong.
Aaron Harrison spent some time in the NBA, originally undrafted after 2 years here at Kentucky. Saw him with the Hornets, saw him with Dallas in the NBA. When Cauley-Stein comes back in, he replaces Cantor. Most recently, Aaron Harrison has been playing over in Portugal.
Of course, Harrison had that amazing run in the NCAA tournament where he hit 3 game winners in a row. Knocked off Louisville, Michigan, Wisconsin in the Final Four. It was insane.
What else can you do?
I know, almost from the same spot on the left side. One of them was from the corner, but as a freshman, he even hit 1 shot like that to win a game in a tournament. He hit 3 in a row.
Final moments of our first quarter. Elmore trying to get around Cauley-Stein. Plenty of time for Bledsoe. Gonna have to fire. Off the mark, and that'll do it for our first quarter of play. La Familia feeling right at home here in Rupp Arena. They've got themselves a nice working margin, up by 6. 22-16 our score. Back in a moment. It is a 22-16 lead. La Familia, the Kentucky alumni team leading, heard that, the Marshall alumni team. Tyler Eulis is the head coach of La Familia this summer here in TBT. The head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats when the season gets started in, what, October, November, is this guy. Mark Pope, brand new to the head coaching job here, of course, in Lexington, but a wonderful player in your own right back in the 90s. Mark, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank you. How fun is it to watch Tyler Eulis, a Kentucky great, who's now early in his college coaching career, get out here and coach his team. He's doing an unbelievable job, man. He's a big-time young coach. He's going to have an incredible success. It's fun. It's fun to see him work out here.
Well, you've been watching now this tournament, this TBT.
Yep.
When you watch it, what are some of the emotions you have watching some of these former La Familia Kentucky players, but just the tournament itself?
Yeah, you know, it's really special. And I'm telling you, on a very personal level, so it has been fun to have these guys around campus for the last 2 weeks. So Lamont Butler, a big time, one of the most storied, active careers in college basketball. We had our guys interview some of the La Familia guys, and during the interview, Lamont is interviewing Eric Bledsoe. He pulls out his phone. He has a picture when Lamont was 10 years old and Eric was playing for the Suns, of them, a picture of them together. And he was like, I can't believe that I get to interview Eric Bledsoe right now. So the connections, this Kentucky family, this brotherhood of players, past and current, is really special, and it's been on full display here the last couple weeks.
It's pretty cool that you have 6 former NBA players that come back here. It's a Tuesday night in Lexington, and this is a really good crowd. Yeah. Obviously, you knew it. It's one of the reasons you came back to your alma mater. Yeah. But this place is basketball crazy.
It's basketball heaven. There's nowhere like it. And listen, the data speaks that over and over and over again. This gym right now, this gym when we held our press conference, the love that these players in. I went to visit them so I could get autographs at an autograph signing they did earlier in the week. It just says BBN never lets you down, man. It's the greatest fan base in the world.
And you guys are very accepting as well. The last guy who scored the bucket, Karim Cantor, who's down right now, he's the only non-Kentucky Wildcat, but you've embraced him.
Yeah, but he's family, man. He's family. He's adopted family. He's a terrific kid. He's been playing great for these guys.
Well, and his brother, Enos Cantor, Freedom, was recruited here at Kentucky. Yep. Almost played, had some issues with the NCAA, so they accept him as part of that. You know, I got to ask you, you mentioned the press conference. You had the most epic press conference I've ever seen in college sports. You come into here to Rupp Arena with your team that won the title, the '96 team. You pull out the trophy. How did that all come about, and how was that when that all went down?
Well, it was pretty last minute. All credit to Mitch Barnhart for the show of it. It was his idea and his decision to have the press conference here in Rupp, and then it was actually had nothing to do with me. It had to do with BBN. It had to do with Big Blue Nation wanting to be in this building and look across from the rafters each other and be like, we are here, and we are matter, and we're still different than every program and every fan base in all of college basketball. And they made that clear. I mean, there's never been anything like that in the history of sports, guys. It was incredible. It's because of BBN.
3 free throws coming for Xavier Munford, who has been a welcome addition back after missing a large chunk of the game on Sunday with an ankle. All right, this is one of the most pressurized jobs in all of sports. I'm going to put some pressure on you. How's the team look? You guys going to be good this year?
I think we had a chance. We have a ton of work to do, but we have super, super interesting pieces, and we have great young men. I'm talking about young men that you would have that you would hire to come work a high-intense job, and the same guys that you would have come babysit your children. Like, we got some of the best young men in all of college basketball. And so if we can put the pieces, we have the right pieces. If we can build the connective tissue, the synergy, which is a huge challenge in a short amount of time, we have a chance to be what Kentucky expects, and that's our goal.
You know, you've been out on the recruiting trail, you know, obviously for some years now. I bet you look out here on the TBT as we get a little scuffle going and see.
Fans aren't the only ones who are passionate around here.
That's right.
Yeah,
Very passionate tournament. I'm sure you see a lot of these players that you recruited or played against and can just see the passion they have in the game.
Yeah, it's awesome. And actually, I've actually coached against a number of these players also. And so it really is one of the great things about being in this game, the way we get to be in it, how we are. You get to see these players grow and become, and like you get to see careers from beginning to end, and that's the best part is mentoring and shepherding these guys through it. It's actually the best part of coaching.
They scored that offsetting technicals. When you have 2 technicals, no one shoots free throws. Good catch by Williams, almost cradled it with the left hand and put it up and in. Ja'Cory Williams for 2.
Well, a lot of fast. Everybody plays fast, it seems like, in TBT, and I'm guessing that's what you're going to do here, Big Blue Nation. You've done that. Did that at BYU, did that at your other stops. I've really watched your career.
Yeah, pace is really important. So people think of pace as just crossing half court really fast, and that's certainly a part of it. But our pace and movement and player movement is not actually, you know, the game for a while had this feel of ball movement, and now it's evolved to a place where there's ball movement, but player movement is so vital. And so we're trying to emphasize both those things, and our guys are doing a nice job picking it up. I'm really pleased with the progress so far.
Now, good news for La Familia. Cantor back into the game after a brief blow. He lost that out of bounds. Last touch by Ja'Cory Williams.
I like how they play physical in this TBT, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, these are real bodies, man. It was interesting. You saw Eric Bledsoe trying to get a foul to stop a layup down here. He crawled all over his opponent's back, and they didn't even call it. And Eric was like, "That's a foul." He was trying to call a foul on himself.
I'm trying to do it. Yeah.
But there's these are vets, man. These are vet pros, and it's fun to put them out here and let them play. It's actually really wonderful.
I really think you could take these teams, and especially the best teams, you could play them against any NBA Summer League team, and they would beat those Summer League teams just because of their experience, you know, their physicality, how old they are, and just how good they are.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at this La Familia roster, these former Kentucky players. I mean, you think about the career that Eric Bledsoe is still not done with yet, right? And Nate Sestina and what he's doing overseas, he's building a legendary career right now. And obviously the Harrises with their, you know, extraordinary work, and Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, these are big-time names in the annals of college basketball and professional basketball, not just here at Kentucky.
We're talking with the new head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats, Mark Pope, and some people may not know you actually didn't start as a player here at Kentucky, transferred in from Washington. Take me back 30 years ago. Clearly, Kentucky comes calling, you answer. But how did you get from Washington here to Lexington?
Well, so Kentucky actually recruited me out of high school, and I just fell in love with it. We had an old ornery coach at University of Washington named Lynn Nance, old FBI narcotics officer, crushed it at St. Mary's, came back to his alma mater at University of Washington. I just loved him, so I stayed home and played. 2 years in, I just wasn't good enough for us to win. Coach ends up getting fired, and I had a chance to come here and kind of finish out at Kentucky, and it was it was probably the greatest basketball experience of my life.
Kind of finished off here. You guys won and won and won, and you had a decorated academic career, so you had both sides of the experience here at Kentucky. Eric Bledsoe still got game, folks. John Elmo pinned. Cauley Stein takes it away.
You know, when I think of Cauley Stein, he's talked about the love of this place and the people. And he wanted to come back here and get the love because he felt like he's had a last couple years have been tough. You see the charge there. Yeah. And you kind of said it yourself, in your bones, the soul, how much you love the Commonwealth, what that means to you.
You know what I love right now is because Willie Cauley-Stein just blocked that against the backboard. He did that so many times as a player, and all of these Kentucky fans, they remember. They've got snapshots of him in their mind making the exact same play in Epic Games, and so we all get to come here and remember and reminisce, and that's the beauty of this, man. I tell recruits all the time, I tell our players now, what they don't understand is when you join the Big Blue Nation, when you become a Kentucky basketball player, that actually is a lifelong relationship in every real way conceivable. It just is different, and so you see plays like that. You just watch Nate take this charge like, yep, he did that a bunch in his tenure here too, right? And so it's pretty special to watch.
Well, Coach, normally when you come here to Rupp Arena, you're working, and you can't really kind of let go. We're going to let you be a fan.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Hang out with your family, your wife, enjoy. Really appreciate the fact you came by and spent some time with us.
Hey, let me give you a shout-out for having this Taylor Swift. I'm proud to be a Swiftie. Can we put, where's the camera? I need the camera.
Hey, look.
My girl's like, I'm proud to be a Swiftie. Little satchel bag, man, I tell you, that is fire.
Hey, you got 4 daughters.
Come on, baby, you know.
I got 2 teenage daughters. When you got them, you're going to be a Swiftie, man. That's what it's all about.
The way of the world.
Thank you, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Thanks, Coach. That's cool.
That was fun. Man, he called me out right there.
Yeah, he did.
On national TV.
Coakley back into the game, snaps down a one-handed rebound. Even though it seems like La Familia is running away and the fans are getting into it, it's only a 5-point game. 6 minutes remaining here in our first half. Xavier Munford's had a good first half. He's got the ball up high, working on Cauley Stein. Woohoo! Little scoop off the wrong foot. Xavier Munford again on top of Cauley Stein.
Well, La Familia can normally switch 1 through 5 because Cauley Stein can usually handle about anybody. Bledsoe back to the rim again. Man, we're seeing high-level action right now, very high level.
Bledsoe's had a nice first half offensively. Been able to get wherever he wants on the floor. He's got 6 points. Munford, the misfire, run down by Sestina.
Look at Bledsoe's pace, man. Does what he wants.
Hadn't been able to hit a deep one yet.
And he's been close on both of them. They've just been a little bit long.
Elmore slips it inside to Coakley, who is knocked to the floor. Break this one down, Matt.
Yeah, this is where Cauley Stein feels like, hey, I can guard anyone because I am a 5-man, but I can guard guards. That, I don't think anyone in the world can guard that shot. That's just great offense.
Foul called on Kellen Grady, his second. La Familia, 2 team fouls, 4 for Herdad. La Familia is going to be the bonus for the remainder of our first half. McGee misses off balance shot. Ooh, that's a bad foul. Oh, Munford, that's a bad foul. La Familia's already in the bonus, and now it's going to be 2 freebies for a really good free throw shooter in Eric Bledsoe.
Well, what's cool about that, you got Eric Bledsoe, an 11-year NBA player. You told me, I think, Sunday, how many games he's played, how good he's been, and he boxes out on that play. Perfect box out. That leads to the run out and the foul. Now he gets 2 free throws as the payback.
Bledsoe, 756 NBA games, 854 NBA three-pointers. We've seen him in the short pants with the Clippers, the Suns, the Bucks. Last NBA team, the Pelicans.
Part of Coach Cal's first team here.
Came in with John Wall.
How about that backcourt?
DeMarcus Cousins. Oh, you kidding?
When Cal got it going, man, those 4, 5, 6, 7 years in a row were historic. Never been done. And there was the one team that, when you talk about people here in Lexington, they love to talk about the 14-15 team, which is actually the team that did not win the championship. I think 38-0 until they lost in the Final Four, but they had 9 future NBA players on that team. I don't think I've ever seen it ever on a college team.
All right, they've decided the ball was last touched by La Familia. Went off Cantor. Heard that down 6. JP Tokoto back into the game. Never got there.
Drag.
Arc has been a little bit low on a few of his shots.
Cantor, deep post position.
Oh, look at that.
Cauley Stein didn't see Munford behind him. Ball deflected to Harrison.
Almost like the Rodman tip.
You're right. Dennis Rodman did do that.
Little tip up top.
Cantor's pushed off to his spot.
You better be tough out here.
Shot clock down to 3. Harrison had to fire. Let's see if McGee can get going. This is his 7th TBT. Kane. Kane has not had a friendly whistle through the first 3 games here in TBT.
Well, we saw La Familia on the other end that last possession. They had a couple that could have been called foul. I think they're calling it consistently, which is the key.
Munford, McGee, Tokoto, McGlynn, and Kane. 5 on the floor for Hurd-That. Kane just took a look at the shot clock.
Yep, I love how they spread it too. Waited too long on that one.
Harrison. And the offense has stalled for both sides. We've got a timeout on the floor. We've gotten into the 4-minute mark here in our second quarter. 3:39 to play before half. It's a 6-point lead for La Familia.
It is great, but I actually love it right now. That's the grittiness of this tournament. And looked like they were going to try to get something to Xavier. Try to get it to Kane first, and then Xavier coming off some sort of screen.
Here's Kane with a touch.
And then Xavier coming off this stagger right here. It wasn't
Munford,
there.
yep, has to take it further out than he wanted to. Now Elmore involved, back to Munford. Ball poked away, run down by Cauley Stein. Good defense by Grady with the deflection.
Absolutely, he did a terrific job coming back after that pick and roll.
La Familia playing with Harrison, Cauley Stein, Sestina, Young, and Grady.
We saw the other end, Hurd-That maybe have a bad whistle. That was another tough one, but they're not going to give any fouls right here as bailouts.
We've got an injury timeout, I think. Andrew Harrison limping around. And yeah, La Familia has to call the timeout to make sure he's okay. So 2:56 remaining in our second quarter. The reviews are in. First things first is a mix of analysis, tremendous chemistry, and total ridiculously. Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, and Kevin Wild serve up a fresh daily dose of unscripted and unfiltered sports talk. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
I keep having to go grab.
Now these 2 programs, connecting states, you got Marshall and Huntington, West Virginia, you got Lexington, Kentucky represented here. They've played 13 times collegiately, and Marshall's never won. 13-0, Big Blue, taking it to them. Billy Cauley Stein back in 2012, 8-7, that's not bad.
So no Hatfield and McCoy. It's one-sided.
Totally one-sided now. Well, I'm sure that Marshall would probably say we want to play him a little bit more.
You won't get drilled.
That's
if
right.
we had more opportunity, maybe we get one every once in a while.
That's right.
There you go, Mark Pope. Put your feet to the fire. I speak on behalf of everyone from Huntington, West Virginia. Make it happen.
Well, they're only 128 miles away.
And Harrison is fouled. I've actually been quite a few times to Huntington, West Virginia.
Have you?
It's right on the border of Kentucky. You got Ashland, Kentucky, right
there.
across the river. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Third foul on Nick McGlynn. Because of the bonus, it'll be free throws for Andrew Harrison.
I was looking up some stuff on Marshall, and it was interesting because, you know, we have the TST tournament, the soccer tournament. I'll say after we show the share right here.
This year's $1 million prize will be sent straight to the winner's bank accounts with Zelle. Andrew Harrison and all the players expecting to get $70,769, except for Brendan Canada. For some reason, he's only going to get 15.
And Brendan made the shot on the first game for the Elam ending. He made it. Maybe they can pump that up a bit.
We like you, Brendan.
Yeah, there he is. He made that free throw to win it.
He just finished right now. He is the youngest guy. Just last spring, he was in the short pants playing for John Calipari here.
No, I was looking at Marshall, and they actually had their soccer team won the 2020 national title. They have not been in the TST tournament yet. Got to get that team in it because they have a chance to probably do pretty well.
Coakley misses inside. Rebound snapped down by Sestina. Lead is 7 for La Familia. Bledsoe. Good hand by Elmore. And Elmore is the last man to touch it.
Yeah, Elmore had no chance but to reach in at that last second, and terrific job by him. Maybe even gone off Bledsoe. Did not get that call.
Karam Cantor. James Young. Pretty left-handed strokes. Biggest lead of the day, 10-point advantage.
And that's Young's first 3 in TBT. He's had a couple go in and out. That looked gorgeous from deep, too.
DeAndre Kane was convinced he wouldn't get a foul call, passed it up. He would have been fouled and gotten 2 free throws.
Nice rhythm. Got just a foot or 2 from out of bounds right there. The guy that was a former first-round pick, 17th pick in the draft. That is big time.
Just outside the lottery.
Second leading scorer that year to Julius Randle.
Munford with the left hand. He has been really nice in our first half. He's got 16.
His moves, quickness, his entire package is sweet.
John, stay back.
Cantor. Clean. Nope. Elmore got him on the wrist.
I couldn't see it because we were blinded. We were kind of boxed out by that. We'll get maybe a better look right here, but he obviously so upset about it. Felt like he got all ball.
He did get ball first.
He definitely got all ball first, right? And I think that was also a combination because he was mad on the play before where Bledsoe went into the rim. I think he hit it off of Bledsoe's leg. He didn't get that call or the second call there. So
10 points for Cantor. Third consecutive game, he's been in double figures.
And 26 on Sunday was, and he's not, his efficiency has been off the charts.
Elmore is fouled by Young. And that's the 15th foul on La Familia. Smart play by Elmore.
You're right. Elmore knows. He got a couple that went against him. Young actually had really good defense there, but Elmore was like, look, I'm going to go at him. I'm going to put the pressure on the official. Not going to get me the third time.
Elmore over 2,500 college points. Airtight at the free throw line.
Help me out. Thanks, Pete. Second lane, straight in. What?
Elmore broke his hand this past winter while playing in the G League. He played for 3 different G League teams. Oh, no, left zone begging. 1 out of 2 for Elmore. Final minute of our first half.
Elmore, the heart and soul of Heard That. Very unselfish team, great chemistry.
Watch the carries.
Bledsoe looks over to Ulis.
Please watch when he picks that thing up like that.
Great move, just wouldn't fall for Bledsoe. Sestina can't get it to fall either. Numbers right now for Heard That. And Munford takes advantage. So a nice little spurt here, tail end of the first half for Heard That. Shot clock's off.
And they're not electing to go pick and roll, at least now. They're just letting them go one-on-one, old school style.
Bledsoe. Wow. That's incredible. That is a stud point guard getting where he wants to go. Eric Bledsoe, how do you do?
Manly move right there. Likes to go to his left. And unlike the other 2 times, instead of going off 1 foot, decided to play off of 2 feet, got on the 2 feet, was able to regather once he got to 2 right there, and then get to the other side of the rim. Beautiful move.
Years ago, he used to be known as Mini LeBron, folks. He's got that LeBron-esque body. 6'1", 215 pounds. He can get to the cup like LeBron James. Fun to watch, Eric Bledsoe. So the lead swells to 8. La Familia leads by 8 here on their home turf as they head into intermission. Let's check in with Kaylee Griffin.
I got Tyler Ulis here, Coach. The intensity has been there, a little chippy as well. What have you thought of your team's composure so far?
They're great. You know, they're playing great. They're playing hard. That's all we want is give them 110%. We're going up in half, up 8. I can't complain.
Heard that's a team that went to the semifinals a year ago. They're not going away. What's key to maintaining momentum in the second half?
Just keep the same energy. You know, keep the same momentum. Come out again in the second half. We're going to try to set the tone, and, you know, we can win from there.
Thanks for the time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Eric, back to you.
Thank you, Kaylee. Great stuff. Okay, so our score after the first 2 quarters, 38 for La Familia, 30 for Heard That. We'll take a quick time out, maybe catch a little bit of a blow. We'll come back with a live halftime show coming your way from Lexington. All right, we're back at it here in Rupp Arena. This is our regional final, the Lexington region. Historic Rupp Arena. Look at all those banners. They don't just put it up there for participation. You got to win something significant to get that banner up there. There's a whole bunch of them.
Isn't it championships or Final Fours? I think those are the only 2.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Final Four, championship.
Some schools will put them up if they get into a tournament, right? I get it. I know. Like, hey, you know, you've got to do what you got to do. But
Celebrate, why not?
No, why not? But hey, pretty special here.
J.P. Tokido, the former North Carolina Tar Heel, can't get his first shot of the second half to fall. Tokido quiet in the first half. No points in 15 minutes. You got Eric Bledsoe, Willie Cauley-Stein, Nate Sestina. You got Andrew Harrison and Karim Cantrip, the 5 on the floor for La Familia. Bledsoe with that tight dribble. Shot clock down to 3. It's an NBA shot. That's an NBA shot by Eric Bledsoe.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of NBA games. You know it when you see it, and you're 100% correct. His NBA shot, move, everything about it.
Ja'Cory Williams off the find from Tokido. 10 points for Williams. So you got Williams with 10, and you got Munford with 18. Someone else needs to step up for Heard That. Oh, yeah, everyone in the building saw it.
It's okay to high dribble, but I think he got his hand underneath it.
Let's check in with Kaylee Griffin.
Well, Eric, I talked to Ott Elmore, and I said, what adjustments do you need to see? And in true Ott fashion, down 8, he said, well, we need to score 9 more points, and we should be good. But in terms of generating more offense, he said, they need to play faster, get up and down. La Familia has a lot of length. We don't want to have them in their set defense. He did say they're having a little trouble with fouls, some touch fouls being called, some bad fouls have been committed to. They've got to play cleaner.
Loose ball picked up by Ja'Cory Williams. Up and in. Hey, Kaylee, we still got you. All these regions, you play one day, you're off a day, you play another day? Not Kaylee. Kaylee, you've been everywhere. I keep turning on my television. You're here, you're there. What's going on? What's your travel been like the last week?
Well, let's see. I was in Louisville to start on Friday and Saturday. Then I was here Sunday, back to Louisville Monday. As Willie Cauley-Stein drains that one. I'm back here in Lexington today. I was actually supposed to be in Indy, but they switched it on me. I'm going back to Louisville tomorrow for that game to round out the region, and then guys, it's up from there. We are waiting to see where we'll be going for that quarterfinal action.
It's called TBT. You never know. Everything changes, and it's all good.
So Kaylee, I got a question. We just saw Willie Cauley-Stein, of all people, knock in a corner three, and you know he has been the fan favorite by far. And it reminds me, I saw you obviously at Freedom Hall. Montrezl Harrell wins that game yesterday in the Elam ending with 2 free throws. He has kind of been their so wow.
Xavier Munford again, right on top of Cauley-Stein.
Unbelievable. But it just, maybe the comparisons between this crowd, these teams, these rivalries, and Willie Cauley and Montrezl Harrell.
Well, obviously, basketball in Kentucky is second to none, and we've seen that at both of these regionals. The fans in both Rupp and at Freedom Hall have been incredible. We had about 6,000 fans both days in Louisville, which was absolutely insane. We had Kelsey and Donovan Mitchell in attendance last night as well. Montrezl Harrell, though, knocking down 2 free throws. He was a 66% free throw shooter in his NBA career, so the pressure was on. He was cool as a cucumber out there, knocked them both down for the Elam ender, and he has been such a motor for that team, much like Willie Cauley-Stein has been for La Familia so far in this tournament.
One thing I've noticed watching all the games, Montrezl Harrell has shot a couple of threes. Willie Cauley-Stein shot a couple of threes. I think they wanted to come back to their college team and shoot some threes that they weren't allowed to take back to their players.
They couldn't take, right?
Foul called on Ja'Cory Williams. That's number 4. That's not good news for her, that.
Well, Kaylee mentioned it. I think it's a great point. To shoot in the Elam ending 2 free throws, to win it. And by the way, who they were playing had a chance to win it if Montrezl doesn't make his free throws. To me, that's more pressure than anything you could have on your home. Because at home, playing at home is great for 4 quarters until you get in the last 10 seconds and you got to make 2 free throws. That is as hard as it gets.
5-point game. Bledsoe finally gets a deep one to fall. 14 points for Eric Bledsoe.
And I think all those drives have given him just enough space to be able to now have a little freer jump shot, and he's knocking them in.
Elmore hadn't found much of anything. He is 0 for 5 shooting the basketball. Elmore's only point came with the free throw line in the first half. Williams a rebound, wants to take it himself. Crosses over Cauley-Stein.
I think it's going to be interesting here, Eric, is La Familia doesn't have a really deep bench. They don't play a lot. So as we get later into this game, this is the 3rd game in, what, 5 days? You know, what kind of fatigue factor, conditioning? We don't see it now, at least for Cantor. He's been really good.
Cantor with the offhand throws it in with the foul. And that's the 5th foul on Ja'Cory Williams.
That's huge. Huge. The one inside presence that has been really good for them. Now you saw there Bledsoe. Yeah, he's starting to dial it in right now, and Elmore not. Elmore's really struggled with stuff.
Here in TBT, on your 6th foul, you are eliminated from the game. So real troublesome times right now for Herd. They're down 10 with a free throw coming for Cantor. And Williams, who has been such a huge, impactful player, is 1 foul away from being dismissed.
Well, and the crowd is into it. My favorite basketball analyst of all time was Al McGuire. And Al McGuire said about Rupp Arena, he said, it's so loud in here, it's scary. And I'm not saying it's scary yet, but for a small crowd, they are making a lot of noise.
The officials have come over to the scores table. Look at the monitor. They're trying to determine whether or not a shot that was made at the 7:02 mark was a 2 or a 3. The 7:02 mark. We're going to go back to the It's the Willie Cauley-Stein shot from the corner. They're asking if we have any other angle. Here's the other. I'm trying to show as many angles as we can. Well, they decided that the call stands, and the shot was originally called a 2, and it's going to stay a 2.
I'll tell you one thing TBT officials have done a superb job in this tournament is when they go to the monitor, they make a decision very quickly.
Yep.
I mean, they don't take their time. They look at it, they make a decision, and they move on. They've been terrific at it.
Okay, so Cantor is at the line. He's got one free throw coming. If he hits it, it will be the largest lead of the game for La Familia.
Yo, Drew. Second play, get a mismatch.
13 for Cantor, and the lead is 11 for La Familia. Elmore still has not scored. DeAndre Kane.
Felt like a pretty big shot right there.
Bledsoe has left the game. He's been replaced by Kevin Grady.
Kick back, kick back, kick back.
That's the only change for La Familia. Long to Harrison. Andrew Harrison.
Man, he's got a sweet jump shot. It's a sweet game, just a silky, smooth game. He kind of sets you up. He's got a little bit of size on him. I was walking out next to him before the game, and a little taller than you think.
He's going to be joined by his brother. Aaron Harrison's going to check in. Oh no, what Harrison? Yep, Grady's going to come out. So we'll have 2 Harrisons, Cantor, Sestina, and Cauley-Stein. Change for Heard That. Jared West is in. He's got the basketball. Munford.
That's a foul.
This time is fouled by Cauley-Stein. Munford has the respect of Cauley-Stein.
Yeah, he threw that really quick, didn't he? It's like an advanced teardrop.
Who got away with one earlier?
He's not going to challenge that one. A little bit of the right arm into his hip.
I appreciate you
call.
looking for it.
This year's $1 million prize is once again being sent straight to the winner's bank accounts with Zelle, the official payment partner of TBT. The X-Man, Xavier Munford, expecting $60,000 after today. Teams will need to win 3 more times. This is the regional final. You got to win quarters, semis, and then the championship game.
Watch the illegal.
Of course, heard that in the semifinal last year.
Kick back, kick back, kick back.
Feel like they can go all the way this year. They
Hey,
really put together a really good team. A lot of the same players from last year.
Sestina from 5 feet behind the arc. He's got 11.
I mean, I think that's the deepest 3 I've seen in this tournament, at least at Rupp Arena. That is the longest 3 at Rupp Arena in the last 3 days. Well, when you can shoot it and you're 6'10", that's a special feeling. Heel on the logo, let it fly. Sestina, Rupp Arena, going off.
All right, Heard That is on the ropes. They are now down by 14. 3:55 remaining in our third quarter. DeAndre Kane, Xavier Munford, Tyrus McGee, Jared West, and JP Tokoto playing together. And Tokoto dribbled off his foot. That's not what they drew up.
Yeah, and with Ja'Cory Williams out of the game right now, he needs somebody to help Xavier Munford right now to just get some points inside.
Little leaner.
Wow.
Aaron Harrison.
Well, La Familia shooting it better than I thought they might. They're really starting to struggle.
They are playing inspired basketball with precision.
Well, that was the thing we talked about coming out, right? How just sort of dialed in would they be, engaged would they be? And we're watching.
Oh my goodness! The other Harrison twin, Andrew Harrison, a three. It's a 20-point lead. And a foul by James Young.
I did not see this coming.
Neither did I.
I mean, folks at home, heard that is legit. They're really, really good. But La Familia is just too good right now. The problem is they just, that was a nice little screen and roll. And then the Harrisons have, like I said, such good size. They kind of put you to sleep, dance out there a little bit. They shoot it high. It's really hard to guard.
It's a 17-2 run. Andrew Harrison will leave for a spell. Eric Bledsoe comes back in. Needed that. Heard that needs a bucket. They get the bucket. The veteran Tyrus McGee.
Yeah, had to have it.
John Elmore is back in for Herdat as Cantor hits the deck. Fouled by Coakley. Third foul on Coakley.
Oh, got to call that one. There's some they've let go, not that one. That one gets smacked in the face. And you know, we were talking on the break with our producer, Adam Coppinger. If La Familia shoots this well, Eric, in this tournament, they are going to be a really tough out. It's not always easy to do it every game, as we know, in a one-and-done deal like we have here in the TBT, But they are really stroking it well.
They've made 8 out of 17 three-pointers. Great number. Kevin Grady comes back in, replacing Nate Sestina. Sestina's got 11 points. He's made 3 out of 4 from behind the arc. Elmore still hadn't made a field goal. Tokudo. Grown man move.
Yeah, he kind of went into another gear there, didn't he, that we have not seen tonight.
Closing in on the 2-minute mark of our third quarter. Third quarter's been dominated by La Familia.
Oh, you better step up.
Come on!
Yes!
Aaron Harrison!
That's so good. DJ Kane is smiling.
Elmore leaves it for DeAndre Kane.
Sorry, DeAndre Kane. I was thinking DeAndre Kane, he has so much respect between these players. He just looked up and said, hey, you got me right there. That was an incredible shot from distance.
What a weapon it is to have Cantor. You got everyone making threes. Cantor's made a living at the line. Needs to be free throws 10 and 11.
Really?
All right, it's not over yet, folks. Heard that was down by 10 in the Elam ending. They were down 10 on Sunday against War Ready. They had a 14-0 spurt to win it all. So they have it in them. But do they have it in them against La Familia in Rupp Arena?
Well, and I think the big factor to me is Eric Bledsoe. He just controls the game so much. It's hard if you're another team to press La Familia. We saw the Narf do it. Narf did it pretty good early on. They got a few steals, but as the game progressed, Bledsoe figured it out. In fact, he even laughed. He said, they were pretty physical with me. Very physical. They caused him some problems early, but they are a hard team to press or put pressure on because of Bledsoe and the other guards, Harrison and everybody else.
La Familia has attempted 6 three-pointers here in the third quarter. They've hit 5 of them.
Bledsoe one of them. Yep.
Blooms off the rows.
Multiple heat checks.
That's a foul!
Tokudo lost it. Poked away by Young. Grady
Foul.
Coakley, good catch and score.
Coakley hasn't played a lot the last 2 games. He had 14 in their initial game. He can get buckets. He's big, he's strong. Let's see if that can get him going.
And Tyler Ulis with his team up by 17. Final 51 seconds of the third quarter. Decides to call a timeout. Wants something good on this possession. Doesn't want to get complacent as they head to the fourth quarter.
Well, and I think you made a good point, which is who they're playing. Heard that. He knows that they just came back from a 14-0 deficit in the Elam Indian on Sunday. He wants to be careful. They got it maybe starting to shoot a little bit too far on some of those threes.
He goes back door, one pops out, or hits him. Goes, time, if he's not there, fast, cleaning it up. Let's go.
Let's go, fellas.
Hard work, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Hard work. We're good. Hey, Bled. Willie.
I think that was Sean
I want you to slip too.
An assistant for Tyler Ulis talking there in that huddle.
He can slip to the rim. Willie can slip to the rim.
With one of the,
Sure was Sean Woods.
Yep. One of the great shots in NCAA history that was forgotten.
You go back like a lawn chair. I love it.
It was the Christian Leitner.
Sure.
He made it right before Leitner. I remember that. Thought it was over.
Out of Indianapolis, Sean Woods. Head coach, Mississippi Valley State.
Really? Okay.
No, he was.
Roll with your chest. Roll with your chest. Can't walk like that. I read
So
the ref
Bledsoe
playbook.
at the free throw line.
I read the rule book.
Now, I mentioned this the other day, Eric. As good as La Familia has been on offense and making threes now in this third quarter, their defense, and it goes back to Coach Cal and how they played. They just play hard. I mean, they play really hard. They're physical. They understand how to do it on the defensive end. They're locked in. And I think that's been the key tonight is they've really shut down that.
Bledsoe makes a pair. Trying to go 2 for 1, maybe? Window slam shut.
Yep.
Elmore. Now the shot clock is off, and the veteran point guard, Eric Bledsoe, understands the situation. He'll just dribble out that clock.
This is his lab right here. Shot clock. A guy up the screen, he just goes one-on-one.
And he is accosted. Elmore got him across the wrist and gets called for a technical. Oh, it's gone from bad to worse for Hurrdat. Elmore got teed up, so it's going to be 3 free throws for Bledsoe.
Well, and a lot of frustration there. We've seen Elmore, as I mentioned, one of the great players in TBT history. Hasn't had his best game. Got him pretty hard right there on the left arm.
So this will be the technical free throw for Bledsoe.
And I think, like I said, he's mad maybe at a couple other calls, not just that one.
And now here will be the 2 free throws for the shooting foul for Bledsoe. One more coming for Bledsoe.
On the ball. On the ball.
There's 1.7 remaining in the quarter.
That Bledsoe free throws like the Iron Byron golfing guy that just hits the drive right down the middle every time.
McGee. And that'll do it for our third quarter of play. It was all La Familia. They began with the lead, they extended the lead. They now have a 21-point stiff arm as we head to quarter number 4. We'll have the fourth quarter and an Elam ending when we come back to Lexington. And La Familia here in our second half, they've extended their lead because of their use of the 3 ball.
Well, it was Willie Cauley-Stein that started things, right? Got him going a little bit, and it gets contagious, right? You make 1, you make 2. All of a sudden, everybody feels pretty good. It's kind of like house money. And, they got some open looks, but they were all more or less pretty darn deep. They were not just on the line. So, you know, give La Familia credit. I kind of felt like coming in, we talked about it, the team that shot the three better in this game. There were a lot of things that were equal. The team that shot it better had a great chance. But, hey, not over yet. And we've seen already. We've talked about it. Heard that with the big comeback on Sunday.
Quick shot, Bledsoe. Rattles it in. Another three-pointer. Largest lead of the game. It is a 25-point lead for La Familia. 20 points for Bledsoe. And I think he just blew a kiss to his daughter.
I think he did. That was ridiculous.
DeAndre Kane's had a rough game. He has been one of the best players in the history of TBT, but he hasn't been able to score much today at all. Munford is fouled on the pass. I don't think they're going to give him free throws. We should mention that Ja'Cory Williams is back in. Ja'Cory Williams had to leave early in the third quarter, Matt, because of foul trouble. He had 5 fouls.
Yes, there's your kiss.
Not a kiss, but some show of affection.
Yeah, a wave.
Now, we were talking about the fact that Ja'Cory Williams getting the foul trouble and having to leave. That changed everything.
It did change it for her, that big time. That inside presence that enables them to open everything up outside. Oh.
And what do we got? A bad screen. Elmore. And it negates the shot by Munford.
Yeah, he got him pretty good right there. He's not going to challenge that. He ran into him pretty good.
4th foul on Elmore. So Elmore's got 4 fouls. And no made shots. It's been a difficult day for John Elmore. Willie Cauley-Stein. Numbers for her that. And a reach-in foul. Williams was not in the shooting motion. And a quick foul called on Andrew Harrison. That's the 5th foul on Harrison. That's okay, they've got another Harrison available to replace him. Aaron will come in to replace Andrew.
You got 5.
Minute into our 4th quarter. We'll play to the 4-minute mark. Finally, Cauley-Stein able to get a finger on Munford's shot. Once we get to the 4-minute mark, first dead ball, we'll turn off the game clock and play with an Elam ending. We'll set a target score. Cauley-Stein, little dream shake and bucket.
Willie Cauley-Stein, talked to him before the game. What an old soul, you know. He's just one of those guys you just love to be around, talk to.
Williams' first basket in a while.
That's what they were missing. Well, and now heard that cannot exchange buckets, obviously. They're going to have to get a lot of stops in a row.
Get it, Blake. Get it,
Sestina.
Yo, here.
Oh, my goodness. Off the window, Aaron Harrison. Unintentional.
Hey, it's their night right now. Their night. Well, from the left side.
He was fading that way.
He was fading.
If you were ever going to shoot a shot out the window, that would be the one you would try.
That would be the one.
I don't know. There's a chance that he did it on purpose.
Got to ask him that after.
We will.
Sure. Look at La Familia still D'ing up pretty far out. Oh.
Elmore finds Williams.
That was sweet.
Williams now is 16. He trails only Xavier Munford, who's got 23, and a steal. Should be 2 more for Williams. That's what I'm talking about. Tip of the cap to Kane for giving it up to him, too.
I was just going to say, DeAndre Kane is a heck of a team player. Talked about that before the game, how much it means just as a team for them. And that's what TBT is all about, right? Who cares about your individual stats? Move on.
DeAndre Kane's won 4 TBT titles. He only got 3 points in our game today, and he still was willing to give up the ball for a show-stopping dunk for Williams.
That was super cool. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Big fan. Oh, we got a timeout on the floor. I want to mention that the TBT Championship Weekend is coming to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Semifinals are Friday, August 2nd, 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern on FS1. The $1 Million Championship is Sunday, August 4th at 2 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Tickets remain available at tournament.com. TheTournament.com.
Well, and that's why this tournament, to me, is so cool. Just team over individual, right? I mean, we have so much in these days of even, you know, of course, the professionals. We've got even high school with AAU where I don't think winning meant as much as it used to. College has got NIL now and transfer portals. This is, to me, the true love of the game. You're playing, this is the most pure basketball tournament that's out there right now.
Well said. 2 fouls on Heard That here in our fourth quarter. La Familia's committed 4. 5's the magic number to get into the bonus. Bledsoe back in to run the show. Grady, Young, Aaron Harrison, and Kerem Cantor.
Don't settle.
Tipped away, picked up by Harrison.
Willie, go kill him.
Well, getting closer to that Elam ending. I was going to say, we'll see if La Familia kind of slows it down. Not Eric Bledsoe.
Bledsoe still with NBA talent.
That's the first time he's really put the Jets on that I've seen the last couple of games.
JP Tokoto uses that size on top of Harrison.
Another guy that was drafted in the NBA.
Second rounder, JP Tokoto, back in 2015. Jean-Pierre. Grady. Spins one through. Munford. Kane steals it. There you go, basketball karma for him.
That's right.
Basketball karma working in his favor.
And no quitting Kane at all. He is still playing. Look at him. And he plays hard. Oh!
Cantor!
Okay.
Faked the behind the back and got fouled.
Well, we saw Rondo earlier. That was kind of the Rondo move.
Total Rondo move.
He absolutely patented that move. God, I remember seeing that move, God, years ago when I was in high school. The whole day I couldn't, I'm thinking at home, what just happened? It was one of the craziest moves I've seen.
There's Rondo.
Well, he did that move as well. You probably saw that a lot more than most people.
Cantor, these will be free throws 12 and 13. Ooh. He has made 9 out of 12 free throws. Rondo actually played for Tubby Smith.
That's right.
He was here at Kentucky.
Had huge hands that enabled him to do that. And
he led the NBA in assists 1 year, led the NBA in steals. Part of that Boston Celtics team that won with Garnett and Pierce.
One of the great players in terms of not a great outside shooter.
Correct.
But could do everything else.
Winning player.
Yep.
Munford lost that out of bounds. Okay, we're getting close to that 4-minute mark. Once we go under 4 minutes, first dead ball, we'll take a timeout. We'll set a target score, whatever, it's going to be La Familia. Whatever the score is, we will add 8 to that. And the first team to get to that total will be your winner and advance to the quarterfinal round. Stays with La Familia.
Well, Heard That had the largest comeback ever on Sunday, down 14-0 run to win it. To win it tonight, it's going to have to be the largest by almost double.
Loose, picked up by McGee. Munford. Elmore. That kind of night. 4-minute mark, and with that stoppage, we will now set our Elam ending. We're going to wipe away the 3:54 remaining on our game clock. It's going to go to 0. And we will have our Elam ending. But we're still going to have free throws. We need to have free throws before we can officially start our Elam ending. Ask for heard that.
Yeah, it's they're gonna try. They're gonna do their best. But you know, it's one thing that's not talked about probably enough about the Elam ending. It's an incredible format for close games and endings because you win on a shot, right? And we've seen some incredible, miraculous last sort of what you would call second shots. But it's great even in a big game or a blowout like this, because you have fun plays. You know when it's going to end. It's not a foul fest. It's like, hey, you got to get to 8, you know, score those 8 points or 93, and it makes it fun.
Set the lineup for you. Some changes for heard that into the ball game for the first time. Stevie Browning, he's number 2. Working along the baseline. That shot is attempted by Rondale Watson. Won't fall. Also in for heard that guy we haven't seen, Ryan Taylor, he's number 25. Elmore and West rounding up to 5. Standard issue for La Familia. 2 Harrisons, a Young, Grady, and Cauley Stein playing. Ryan Taylor a rebound. Well, the winner of this game is going to take on the winner of our other. Wow, Willie Cauley Stein with a block shot. Our other regional final, that'll be the Ville and Team DRC. They'll play tomorrow in Louisville.
Wow.
James Young, his second left-handed 3. And now La Familia is 3 points away from salting this one. Stevie Browning, hey, welcome to the game. That's a good stroke.
Yeah, took no time.
3 right here, and it's all over.
I'm pretty much guaranteeing someone's shooting a 3. They could give him a layup. I think someone's taking it. They want to end on something special. And I was wrong.
Harrison misses the stumbling layup attempt. Browning looking for help. Elmore had a shot from the field. All of his points have come at the free throw line.
All right, here it is now. Now they're going to take a 3.
And what do we got? A stoppage. A fall away from the ball. Oh, no, a technical.
Oh.
Andrew Harrison.
It's one shot. It's one shot. One shot. One shot.
So Harrison had 5 fouls. He gets a technical, which counts as a personal foul. And now he's done.
I'm not.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, let's see.
Technical fouls all worth shall be 1 free throw and do not count towards. Okay, you're right. You're spot on. Technical fouls do not count as personal fouls or team fouls.
Right.
But Harrison went to the bench.
Anyway.
And he looked disgusted. I thought he was ejected. Good call, Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome. He's going up.
For the win! And Cantor is fouled. Shooting foul, so it'll be 2 free throws. It's amazing how many free throw attempts Cantor has had. These will be 14 and 15. After he shoots these 2 free throws, he will have attempted 4 more free throws than the entire Heard That team.
That's incredible. So if this were close, and would you actually try to miss it here?
No,
Probably not, because you get the ball back. But you could see trying to miss it and get it back. I doubt it. I doubt I'd try to do that. But interesting thought.
Ryan Taylor. So some of these guys who came in off the bench here in the Elam ending Heard That.
Yeah,
they've been ready to play. All right, if anything goes through, it's over. A 2, a 3, a free throw, and it's over. Young! Ball game! Oh, to be Young! James Young and Elam ender. Real good game for James Young. Didn't have a lot of offense a couple of days ago, but he has made 3 3-pointers in our game today and 2 of the Elam ending, including the clincher.
Yeah, and he's made some deep threes. They have not been short ones. And that's why the Elam ending is so great. You win by 29, but you literally have the bench storm the court and give you hugs. It's fantastic. Great job by La Familia. They played by far their best game in the last 3 games.
Let's take a look at the game winner again by James Young.
Grady wanted to shoot it, but got that quick stroke, got that link with the left hand.
So Heard That wins the region final here in Lexington. They have now won 3 of the 6 games you need to win for $1 million. They will play next Monday in a quarterfinal game against the winner of tomorrow's game in Louisville, the Ville, Louisville's alumni team against Team DRC.
Okay, so we could have a La Familia Ville matchup, is what you're saying, next round.
This is what it looks like. La Familia has punched their ticket to the quarterfinal next Monday.
Now, Team DRC, that is
Dominic Rogers-Cromartie.
There you go, okay. He owns the team and plays, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So that game tomorrow is going to be super important. You can catch it 7 Eastern time on FS1, Team DRC and the Ville. Well, congratulations to La Familia. They played magnificent basketball, and they're rewarded for it with that W. For both my partners, Matt Muehlbach and Kaylee Griffin, I'm Eric Collins saying good night, everybody, from Lexington, Kentucky.